special edition where we are going to look at family circumstance. What is the dynamic of our families in the Seychelles society? And with me to bring the discussion forward are my guest, Miss Daniela. Welcome. I also have Miss Pamela and Sir Charles. I call them Miss because mostly Miss Daniela, you are a teacher, and Sir Charles, you will forward. How would you describe the circumstance of our families?
Um, uh, our families, from my point of view, I won't say most, but a lot of our families in Seychelles, I can describe it as sort of dysfunctional.
You're saying dysfunctional because it's you see like lack of discipline from the children. We call them pupils at the school.
Yes, it entails discipline. It entails motivation to learn. Children are not motivated to learn. It entails, when you say discipline, that bullying comes in. And all of these attitudes, this antisocial attitude, we can say, we can describe these, they come from the homes. If these things are in the homes, of course, the children display these kinds of attitude at school.
Okay. And Miss Pamela, you are Miss also now, like part of a teacher. You are a parent yourself. So how would you describe your situation as a parent as compared to maybe what you observe from other families?
From my point of view, what I realized is that many parents have lack of knowledge of how to handle and tackle the challenges that we are facing in our countries. Parents don't know they are not equipped with the necessary knowledge to know how to handle, and they themselves, maybe they are facing financial constraints, divorce in the family, all these other issues that are happening. And so the parents, so they just try at their best what they can do, but it's not.
Okay, we'll come to that about parents having their own problems and then they don't know how to manage the children on their own. And Sir Charles, also as a teacher and an expatriate, how would you compare like your society to ours, or what can you pick out from our families from your experience with the children of the school?
Thank you for this opportunity. Actually, I've been here for right now about 2 years. And yes, as expatriates, we have some challenges. Personally, I've seen some of them. And everybody actually knows here that there are some times when a child is talking and whatever he's saying, you can actually say that this is not the child talking. This is something coming from the home. Yeah. So there was a time actually a parent is telling me that I come here for their money. No, a child is telling me that in class, I come for their money. And actually you can see that this is not the child talking. This is something coming from home. So if the parent actually is the one talking bad about the teacher, how do you expect the child to respect now the same teacher?
I think it's linking up to what Miss Pamela was saying also about not being able to give the time, how actually to have the knowledge to make them grow up to be better people. And Miss Daniela, from your experience all these years as a teacher, now a head teacher, have there been any programs? What is the way forward? How can we break these antisocial behaviors?
Most of our parents, even if they are in different churches, in different other religions, I don't think they know what the solution is. As a Christian, I know the solution is it's only God. It's only God that can take, who knows the way how they can come out. But it's like they don't know. Uh, Or maybe if they know, they don't want to come out.
You don't come forward. So maybe from the audience, if you have a comments also on what we are discussing right now, the antisocial behaviors, how we can, how parents can know, how do they know? Pamela, what do you think?
I think that parents should be able to find adequate information, stay,
But then there are programs like the NCC, the National Council for Children.
but it's
They
not,
give some parenting classes as
but
well.
it's not working. It's not working. I don't find it working. Like Sister Diana said, I think that parents and people in general are looking for solution in men, when actually the solution is in God's hand. Matthew 19:26 says, with men everything is impossible, but with God everything is possible.
Okay, but then despite the drugs and alcohol situation, we have to recognize that this is a big part of what's causing some of those problems. You know, the parents are neglecting some children. They are dragging them to these places where they are smoking, they're having drugs, or with other people, which is bad influence on growing children. But looking at relationships, do you think maybe the cause is not we don't have marriage couples, or is relationship also an issue, you think?
Yes, definitely. I think this is a source from which everything is falling. Oh, we have all these juvenile delinquents, we have the crime, we have all these youngsters involving drugs, prostitution, sexual abuse, all these things. I think it's from the working because of marriage is not working.
And also from my experience, people don't respect marriage as such. Like they don't fear adultery. What has been your experience? I'll go to Charles afterwards.
Like I've said, the issue comes from dysfunctional families. And since they are not respecting marriages, these are where all these things come from. And the impact is in the school. In the school.
And did the ministry get involved so much in the school level? How does discipline work? How do you cope with all of these problems?
Yes, they do. They do, but trying with the several agencies like the social services, the NCC, everybody would come in. The counselors, the psychologists, and everybody. They will come in. But like my sister has said, the solution is not there. The solution does not lie there. And even if they are coming in, they will never find the solution unless they find the right way, which is God's way.
Okay. And so, Charles, what has been your experience like dealing with a child which has social issues and a parent which maybe came to you? Have you ever experienced such a situation?
Actually, I may give example. Sometimes you want to correct a child, and you want the best of the child as a teacher. You call the parent, and the parent is unwilling to turn up. There are situations whereby I've seen in our school where some extreme cases, the children are taken for police or military, something. They join the police academy,
Military.
so that somehow they change. But the truth is that if you again follow these students, uh, the positive effect of where they go to actually is very, very minimal, as she said. That it's somehow not helping. Yes.
But if we were to look at the gender issues, are those mostly boys which are a bit dysfunctional, girls? Because looking at the Seychelles population, I actually just look at the statistics myself. We are mostly more female than male. But then when you look at the family situation, you will see the head of the family being a woman. They are pushing forward. They have part-time jobs, side jobs. They are absent from home because they are the one pushing to keep the family financially stable, having a house and everything.
I may maybe just word on that. Uh, most of the children, as they come from primary to secondary school, they know their rights, which is okay. There's a situation whereby a deputy head teacher caught a student with marijuana. I don't know how you call it here. Marijuana. And Actually, she got it from the boy. They went to the office. Then here, the boy knows very well that for this case to proceed, there must be evidence. You know what he did? He took marijuana from the head teacher, the deputy head teacher's hand and ran away. Yet actually, this teacher saw. And even actually called the police. So when the police also came, no evidence, case dismissed. So I don't know where such like a child, I don't know how now we can correct, because I
But as a
believe that.
parent, they will usually cover for the child. So that's, I think, it's.
Yeah, so when
bad.
actually the parents came to school, no evidence. The police also came, no evidence. And the kid knows very well that for this thing to continue, there must be evidence. So these are some of the challenges we face when you want to help kids.
And like back to the like the population wise, women are more pushing as the head of the family. Maybe we are lacking on a stronger shoulders from the men as head of the family to lead the children into a better, better behavior, better to be good citizens. What do you think?
So you're asking me why are the girls
Yes, why are
have the
women
tendency?
like heads of the family compared to men? Maybe that's the cause also for some of those social ills and the problems we are facing.
Normally, excuse me, all the men here tonight, but normally men, they don't have what it takes that the women have. The men tend to fail when there are when there are difficulties. They are the one that normally just don't have the courage to continue. But I don't know, there's something that God has given to women. And we are the one that always push, even though sometimes it's difficult. Let's say we fall, we'll try again, and we're always thinking that we are doing these things we have for our kids because we want them to have a better tomorrow.
And Miss Daniela, what is your take on this? Women being the leaders or head of the families. Are we lacking as women in the home because we still have the issues going on?
Yes, so this is the situation all around the place, all around the country. Women are heading most of the families, but I will say that in some cases, the women, they are doing very well. Some women, they are doing very well as head of their families. Okay? And at times there are men as well. We can't leave them out. There are men as well. I've seen cases. I deal with them every day. There are single male parents as well. Okay? When they see that their children have gone out of hand, the women this time, okay, they are away. They can't help it to stay with the children, and the men, I don't know what is happening in the home, they run away. And the men are heading their families.
Okay, they are taking on their role.
Yes. It's the two-way thing.
Okay. But then talking about the different matters in the family, it will go on because there are a lot of social ills, dysfunctional family. But when we come back to what can we do? What can we do? What are the solutions now? What exists for us to be able to cope with our teenagers, make sure they have the right mindset growing up to be decent human beings, make sure we are leading the toddlers in the right direction. What exists and what can we do, Ms. Pamela?
As parents, we can start at a young but appropriate age, try to train and educate our children. Tell them what's right and wrong, and then we ourselves as parents, we need to empower ourselves of all the negative trends and threats around so that we'll be able to help our children.
And Sir Charles, what will you suggest as solutions?
Actually, one of the problems I mentioned before I go to solution was one of the problems I mentioned before I got solution was parents at home speak bad about his patriot. And once you speak bad about his patriot, there's no way the kid is going to respect that his patriot. So let us speak positive about these teachers, that they have left their countries to come and help you. Yeah, so that actually a kid has a positive mentality about the teacher teaching him.
I can relate as well. Like we have the Indians where we say Malba, but they are here helping us with construction and everything, where Seychelles men are lacking in these areas, but we have little respect for them, so I can understand also. And Ms. Daniela, our solutions.
My contribution for this point is that in such situations, we need to get the trust of their parent for us to, like we are educating their children, to educate them. But first of all, we need their trust. We need to have them get their trust, to trust us as educators. Show them love. You have to love them, even with all their ailments and everything, with all their flaws and everything. Even if they would swear at you and everything, we have to love them. Show them love. Get them to trust us. Now they will come. Okay? It's when they come, you show them the love. You show them their trust, our trust. Okay? Then the children will come in. Teach them how to love their children. Amen? We need to show them first because they don't have. Whatever they are doing, it's going out of hand. It shows that they don't have love. They don't have love for their children. They don't have trust in anybody. So they are all out to mischief. And their children are following the same path. So get them first. You have to get them first for us to get the children out. And if we can do that at a very small age, working with them, I know it's not easy, it's difficult, but if we try when the children are still very, very small, okay, we won't get 100%, but at least a 2-3%. By God's grace, we can. We can.
Okay, that was very good. So we got respect and love. We have to put this together and make it to work. And like all the institute, I can say that I'm also on the PTA for Pleasure School, and we don't have participation of parents. Or when they come, they don't come with a positive attitude when they are calling on the matters of their children. So love and respect and teaching them how to be parents, because you have a baby now, you don't know what to do with them except the instinct that you have, and sometimes good guidance from people around you. So you should also surround yourself. Like my solution will be to say, surround yourself with the right people also around you. So I think parenting, like education
seminars.
Yes, exactly.
This is something I do a lot.
But then talking for me, like a seminar, 1 day seminar, you come, you have drinks or lunch, it's not enough. Not enough. I think we should have more practical doing
Has to
as
be
well.
something continuous.
Yes.
Put it on your plan, because we have a plan at school. Okay? In fact, that's what I do. I plan one every term, a parenting seminar. I get in people from outside, from care, from social services, and everyone to come in and give a helping hand.
That's good. That's good. Do we have any solutions from the audience? Our quiet audience?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm very happy to hear your discussion. Anyway, I will start with, you started by talking of the family. I will tell you that one of the problems that we are having, especially as teachers, lack of parental commitment to their children. That is a big problem that we are having in school. For example, when you have an open day, you see parents are so much involved on the activity that they don't even care about the education of their children. Many parents, they don't come for open day. They don't even know the progress of their children in school. Some parents from S1 to S5, they don't even know who is teaching their child in school. Okay? Even if their child is misbehaving in school, you call them, they don't want to come. Like we are talking of father and mother. In this country, I've seen some parents that are even more committed than the women. when a child misbehaves in school, we have seen a lot of parents that will come and show involvement, sit for discussion and counseling.
Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Amen.
Yes, for the detailed example, yeah, we understand it. Due to time, we won't go really into that. But thank you for sharing. And Ms. Daniela, your respond maybe to the member of the audience, what she said.
Yes, it is true, but like Sister Pamela has said, it's only a minority of parents who are like that. Okay, we have most of them, a lot of them who are interested in their children's education, but the minority, the level of not being motivated and interested, it's very very high, and this is why we just label them, and it's very sad for the ones that are interested. Like I've said, if we people like this, most of them you won't find them. You'll find them at the last minute, like Sister Jabba has said. At the last minute, when things are nearly down, then you'll find them.
Okay. Yes, I can relate as well. Because many parents, they will be involved. Like for me at the PTA, when things are at
Other
the yes,
activities
other
occupy
activities.
their time.
Yes. But that was it. Thank you for sharing the solutions. We've laid out the problems of some of the matters families face. We have not covered everything because due to time and the discussion can go on for a long time. But on the school level, what we are seeing from parents and from teachers, and Pamela as a parent has shared her views. Thank you, Pamela. And thank you, audience.
Welcome.
We have come to the end of this
Hallelujah.
show.
And when they call the mother says she's busy. So what I would say to that is that parents should try to involve in the education of their children. That is one way to help to move the life of their children forward. When you are not committed, you will not know what is existing in the life of your child. And you will not know whether the child is progressing or not. For example, there was a child last year. I'm a careers guidance teacher. The mother came only in S5 when we were filling application form for post-secondary school. And now she said, I thought my child is applying for A-level. I said, Miss, have you been visiting your child? She said, no, but he told me that he's doing well. I brought the result of the child. S1, the child is having you all through. She doesn't know. Say even the husband don't know. Up to S5. I produced the result. The woman just started crying. But if she was able to follow the child from S1, she will know that the child is not capable of going to advanced level school. So we told her, but look at your child. Ask him. He has not been attending class. He has been playing 20. How many times have we sent for you? Neither you or your father, your husband come. They never come. So one thing I would say is that parents should learn to be committed to education of their children. Learn to work with teachers. Most of them, they don't work with teachers. Rather, they are against. Okay? Whatever information that the children take to them, they only condemn. You can't help your child by condemning a teacher who is standing in front of the class to teach your child. And at home, you are condemning this teacher before your child. How will your child listen to this man that you are condemning? This is one problem that we are having. So when some of them, they come, they will even swear, even especially the expatriate. They will swear. Sometimes we'll even advise and miss. When you go, this child is still going into this person class. Instead of you coming for a discussion that will help your child, you will come and stand on swearing.
Okay, thank you, thank you. We get it from Sir Charles also was saying the same, the lack of respect. So Miss Pamela, you have something to respect.
Sister, as a parent, normally these parents that are not being committed towards the studies of their children, they are the ones